All right, what's up? Welcome to the video. Today I'm actually going to be drawing some hands and just showing you how to draw hands and give some tips on drawing hands. I've been practicing a lot more lately, just drawing hands and trying to figure them out. And so basically, I'm just going to give you some basic tips on how to draw hands, using basically using basic shapes. So let's hop into Clip Studio and get into it. Let's go. Okay, cool. So I'm in Clip Studio. And as you can see here, I got some hands I've drawn just from imagination. Just trying to practice and see what I can draw just straight out of my head, basically. But today I want to actually go into the process of me creating and drawing these hands. So I got some reference pictures up on the left over here, and these are just pictures I took of myself that were very awkward. What I'm going to do is use these pictures to help guide this study and this little tutorial that I want to do. And so basically when I'm drawing hands, what I'm thinking of is 3 basic shapes for these. So let me move these to the side real quick. So yeah, when I'm thinking of drawing the hand now, and what I've noticed while drawing it continuously and just practicing it, is that there's 3 basic shapes that I found in the hand. The first shape is where's my brush? The first shape is a square. So the first shape is a square, then there's a rectangle, and then the last shape is a triangle. So squares, rectangles, and triangles. The square is for the palm of the hand. So palm of the hand, or the back of the hand, whichever way you're looking at it, or from the side. I usually use a square for the side of the hand as well. The rectangles are for the fingers and for the arm that goes into the hand, that attaches to the hand. And then the triangle is what connects the palm of the hand to the thumb right here. So this is the start of the thumb. And those are the 3 basic shapes that I use to draw these hands, even the ones from imagination. But for this video, I wanted to specifically have reference so that it's easier to follow and easier to understand. So I'm gonna go to this picture over here, and I'm gonna put the transparency all the way down. I'm gonna show you how I've broken the shapes down in the hand. Okay, so I've lowered the transparency on the hand, and looking at it right away, the square is like right here. That's the square. And a lot of times it's not a perfect square. Sometimes it's like a more trapezoid shape like this. But I'm just gonna call it a square. So that's the square. This is the rectangle right here. And then the triangle comes off right here. Let me just use a different color. Triangle is right here. And that's the start of the thumb. So when I'm drawing hands, this is what I try to focus on and really study, and it just makes it easier to map out the figure of the hand when you have these basic shapes in your mind. And so for the fingers, I'm just drawing rectangles for the fingers, right? Simple little rectangles for the fingers. And for the thumb, you could do it for the thumb as well. And so now now that I have this information and I've broken down these shapes, I can come over here and use the reference to my advantage and draw a hand. So let me see. Let's draw this one right here. Let's draw that one. I like this pose, just my hand on the wall. So first thing I'm gonna do is start with a more rectangular shape, right? So let me get another layer. So I'm gonna draw this rectangular shape first. For the arm, and then I'm gonna draw a square. And notice how this is kind of like a slight bend to it in this picture. So I'm gonna draw the square that way as well. And right off the bat, I already like this, but to improve on it, instead of just keeping it a flat square, a flat shape, now what I'll probably do is add some form into the hand by just doing something like this, adding volume to it, so it's more three-dimensional. So just start off with a square, and then you can turn it into like a cylinder. I guess there's more shapes involved, but just the basic shapes to start off with is the square and rectangle. And so there's my cylinder, my square, and now there's gonna be this slight triangle off to the left of the hand right here. So I'm gonna do it like that, and then I'm going to put in the thumb, use a reference. It's pretty self-explanatory. I feel like you just start going in and adding the shapes. And also for the fingers, instead of drawing each one individually, first what you can do is map out one of them, then the rest of the fingers. You can do something like that. And so now that you have that basic shape, you can now go in and add the separate fingers to the image just with simple rectangles. And that's what I've been learning how to do, learning how to break hands down into these simple shapes, and it's really been helping me. So do this, finish that up, and there you go, you got your little hand going on. And then when you want to refine it, you can erase these lines. You have that you have basically your guide, and so now you can add more form to it, more volume to the hand. Like it's in a three-dimensional space. It's actually not a flat thing on a piece of paper. So just draw out the forms and really go into detail with the drawing of the hand. And what I've noticed as well is that a lot of the time, sometimes you don't see it, but I like to exaggerate it in my drawings, is that this bone right here. I'm not sure what that bone is called, but like that wrist bone right here on the hand, and it's gonna be like right here. And so it's the opposite. It's on the opposite side of the thumb. So on this hand that I'm drawing, I'm gonna do a slight little bump like that to indicate the that bone, that wrist bone right there. And it's looking good so far. So now what I just got to do is just add the details to the fingers. And the finger has 3 joints. So this is the finger, right? And this goes down to the hand. So this is where the finger starts. There's 3 joints, or 2 joints, 3 joints. I don't know. There's the knuckle. Okay, so yeah, there's the knuckle right here. Starts there. Then the first joint is right here, and the second joint. So that there's 1, 2, and 3 parts of the finger. But if you don't want to draw 3 sections of the finger, what you can do is draw the first section of the finger, and then you can go into the second and the first and just draw it like a simple shape that conforms to the rectangle like that. So that way it comes out simple, but it looks good. So the same thing for the next few fingers. First that part, the first section, and then just the last 2 sections are here. And when you're drawing the hand as well, don't want to forget this. There's a slight curve in how the hand, or how the fingers align. And so that's one thing I've noticed as well. So there's always going to be this curve right here. It's not very dramatic. It's just a slight and subtle curve. It's harder to do that when you get down to this hand down here at that perspective. But I think I can figure that out. So just same thing with this hand, or these fingers, I mean. And that slight curve also plays into how the fingers stack or align on top. So the middle finger should be the longest finger, and then just finish up the hand like that. And there you go. Got a nice looking hand right here from reference. Hopefully this helps you. I've been just trying to get better at drawing hands, because drawing hands is actually one of my weakest areas right now, but I'm definitely getting better at it, way better than I used to be. Especially if like this is from my imagination, like I can definitely see my improvement. Just got to keep practicing it. And real quick, I want to just draw this last hand down here, but yeah, that's pretty much it for this tutorial. Just use these basic three basic shapes: the square, rectangles, and triangles. And that's pretty much what I've noticed in the hand while studying it and drawing it. I'm sure there's more I can do to study and really figure out and go into depth with the anatomy. But as far as I'm concerned right now, this is what I've studied and how I draw the hands right now. So I think it looks pretty good. One other thing too I wanted to say about hands is so when I come over here to this hand, I want to plot out the points at which you draw like these lines in the hand, the palm of the hand. So if we look at this picture up here, let me turn off this layer. Yeah, if we look at this picture of the hand, we have our square. And to help you place the thumb better in that triangle, the triangle starts like right here. I draw a line right here to indicate the bottom half and then the top half of the hand, of the palm of the hand. And by doing that, I know where that triangle is going to go, right here like that. And then I can also draw in that circular muscle of the thumb right here like that. And then the other muscle or part of the hand right here. And that leads to the start of the index finger. And that's why you can separate these areas like that. So you got this area. And then this area like that. But that's what I did with this drawing right here. So that's it for this tutorial. I'm just gonna quickly draw this hand down here in a time lapse and just show you how I apply that to even a hand like this, because it can be difficult, but I just got to keep practicing. And you can draw hands like this too, just got to put in the practice to do it. So let's do it real quick. Let's draw it. And that's the last hand. Cool. So that's it for this tutorial. Hopefully I helped you out, helped you better understand how to draw hands. Definitely one thing I want to get better at, especially hands in perspective. Perspective is always hard, but yeah, thank you for watching this video. And yeah, I'll see y'all later. Peace.